I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners for August 6, 2013. I invite you to stand if you wish while Commissioner Waltrip introduces the person for invocation and does the Pledge of Allegiance following.
Yeah, I'd like to introduce Reverend Mark Benton, who's pastor serving the Kentucky Conference of the United Methodist Church at Park City and Mary Oaks. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence.
Honored to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let us pray. Oh, gracious God, because of you being our creator and the giver of every good and perfect gift, we are humbled as your servants and servant leaders of this community. We come before you tonight with a sense of joy as we are honored to be representatives of the greater good for your creation and your people. Thank you for the prosperity that you have given to this community and the wealth of this region of our state. The vastness of its resources are beyond measure. We pray for your wisdom to be revealed through those gathered in this chamber this night and each time they convene. Show them how to tap the resources of the human spirit and apply their gifts for the building of this community. Thank you for calling these leaders to serve and enabling them to lead. When conflicts arise, we pray for strength enough that integrity will prevail, humility enough that grace will always be present, and love enough that our community will continue to grow and always welcome others to be a contributing part of it. Forgive us, O God, when our own agenda gets in the way of your purpose. May our goal be for this great city always to be for thy kingdom to come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It is in the name of Jesus, your Son, that we ask these things. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. If you join me in the pledge, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Ms. Schaller, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Waltrip.
here.
Commissioner Williams.
Here.
Commissioner Denning.
Here.
Mayor Wilkerson.
Here. Tonight, we might be taking a few minutes to have some recognitions and presentations of awards. I know several people are here, but the first one that I'd like to bring to the microphone, if they would, are our good friends Jimmy Whitney and Dorian Lee from the Par Makers Tournament. I want to recognize their efforts for 50 years of providing the premier golf tournament in Bowling Green. Just completed, 180 players, I understand. And Jimmy didn't win again, is that right? Okay. I think you have a presentation if you'd like to come up here, please.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Par Makers and the Martin Automotive Group, we'd like to make a presentation to the Honorable Joe Denny. Joe has been a public fixture in Bowling Green forever. And we say that with love, Joe. And we are presenting him with our Person of the Year Award for all that he's contributed to Bowling Green and to the Par Makers. And this is a small token of what we think, but we very, very appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Are you at a loss for words, Joe?
Yes, I am. No problem. Let me thank the Par Makers and the Martin Automotive Group for this honor. As you know, those of us that go into public service, we don't go into it to win awards or make money, but I hope that by giving me this award that some see that I've tried to play a small role in trying to make our city the city of Bowling Green, Kentucky, a better place for all of us to live and raise a family. Jimmy Whitney is my high school classmate, the great class of, I'm not going to say it because you'll try to figure out how old I am. The great class, high school class of 1964, High Street High School, that was located right where the front door of the medical center is located now. First through 12th grades, and we've been together all of our life. And again, I'm honored and I'm very appreciative of this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Brent, you had a comment last night or yesterday that I thought was appropriate. Go ahead. This is Brent Belcher, our Parks and Rec Director.
Brent Belcher, Bowling Green Parks and Rec, and myself and the mayor had spoken, I guess, last night, right, while we strolled about the tournament. My first time at the tournament, but just something, a unique atmosphere, a great appreciation, I think, from their participants for the organization, for Bowling Green Parks and Rec, and on our side, a mutual respect for both. We're proud for 50 years as well, because our city, our department's been with them for those 50 years, and we're very proud to kind of boss along for that journey as well. And it's something that is unique, but they deserve tons of credit for what they've done, and we're glad to kind of ride that train too. So we appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming, gentlemen. I think I'm going to let Commissioner Williams introduce our next award.
Well, it gives me great honor to introduce my much better half in life, who is also the CEO of Hands, Inc. and the executive director of, or I guess chairman of the board of Scholar House, who has a very special recognition this evening, and I'd like to bring forward Deborah Williams.
Thank you. It's my great honor to be before the commission tonight, and I want to introduce first someone that's with us, someone that's with me tonight, which is Brenda Weaver. She's with Kentucky Housing Corporation. She's the Chief Strategy Officer for Kentucky Housing, and then we'll tell you a little bit more about it.
Thank you, Deborah, and thank you, members of the Commission. On behalf of Kentucky Housing Corporation Board and staff, it gives me great pleasure to be here this evening to honor one of our great Scholar House graduates, Lee Gaskin. She has a great story to tell, and you'll hear a lot more about her in a few minutes. But this young lady exemplifies what this program is all about. Kentucky Housing developed the Scholar House project or initiative as an opportunity to provide not only housing but also education opportunities for single parents. We have 7 Scholar House projects currently, and there's one more opening tomorrow, as a matter of fact, in Louisville. So as of tomorrow, we'll have 8 Scholar House programs around the state. It's a unique partnership among financial institutions, other partners who provide supportive services, and then also the funding partners who come together to actually construct the facility itself. It provides not only affordable housing for individuals while they're pursuing their post-secondary education, but it also provides at no cost on-site daycare and a lot of other support services that entail a lot of different things, from budgeting, financial management, other life skills programs like parenting skills, nutritional classes, a number of support services that will help that family, that participant and their children sustain themselves in the long term. They'll become self-sufficient, they'll have a greater opportunity for success, takes away a lot of the challenges and the barriers that individuals have while they're trying to go to school and study and still be able to manage their family. This program, again, has been a successful initiative because we have success stories like Lee Gaskin to talk about. Lee is one of those absolutely most essential pieces of the partnership, and she is a participant who followed all the rules, who complied with all the program guidelines, who worked hard, who kept up her grades, who had the persistence to say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it work for myself and my daughter. She began her participation in the Scholar House program while pursuing a degree at Western. She completed her bachelor's degree at Western. She decided she was going to go on, and so she finished her master's degree at Western. And now Lee is going to, unfortunately, be leaving the Bowling Green community, but she will be pursuing an additional degree. She's working on her doctorate at Washington State University. So we are pleased to see that this partnership does work, and we are thrilled to be able to honor Lee and to share in the recognition of her success. I've had the opportunity to speak with her only once, but I could tell from that one conversation that this is not the end of the success story for Lee Gaskin. I'm sure we'll hear a lot of other good things about her, and we just want to congratulate her on her success and wish her the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a plaque for Lee, and I'm sure this will not be the only thing that graces her walls over the years. But I want to ask Lee Gaskin, with her is her mother, Janet Roark, and I want to ask her to come forward.
Well, I want to say thanks for the community that is Bowling Green, because when my daughter and I moved here 3 years ago, we didn't really know very many people, and because of the hospitality and the great community atmosphere in Bowling Green, we feel like, you know, we've lived here all of our lives. So it's really sad that we're leaving, but you know, you guys always do a great job with making sure that everything in Bowling Green is totally top notch. So I'm sad to go, but I'm really happy and looking forward to the future. So
Congratulations. Chief Hawkins, I believe it's your turn.
Mayor and Commission, I'm Chief Doug Hawkins, Bowling Green Police Department. Before I get down to the business at hand, I've got something I'd like to mention. You all remember a few weeks ago, you were nice enough to approve the promotions of several members of the police department. And I mentioned that night that now Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Wiles was unable to be here because his priorities were exactly as they should have been, and he was on a trip with his family. But I would like to present to you tonight, who was unable to be here a few weeks ago, now Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Wiles, and he began his role just a few days ago with the retirement of Lieutenant Colonel Rich. So I wanted to give him the public recognition of that honor that others received a few weeks ago. So thank you for that on his behalf.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Also, the Bowling Green Police Department was honored last Wednesday night. Lieutenant Colonel Wiles and myself went to Lexington to receive this honor from the Kentucky Association of Chiefs of Police to receive our 5th consecutive department accreditation. That is unique in that only one other city in the state of Kentucky has ever received 5 consecutive accreditations, and that was J-Town, Kentucky. They also received theirs this year. So we're constantly in the running with Jeffersontown for who's got the most accreditations. And we were proud to be in their company last Wednesday night when we were given this honor. We believe that this represents, on some level, a measure of the quality of the police agency for the Bowling Green, the community of Bowling Green. And we believe that that also translates into the quality of service that we deliver. So we hope that the community is as proud as we are to have received this. It's important to note that the preparation to get the accreditation takes months to achieve. And at the time, Major Kevin Wiles now Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Wiles, did all of the legwork responsible for providing all of the necessary documentation to demonstrate that we had met all of the standards. So really this honor is certainly for the community and for the police department, but Lieutenant Colonel Wiles should be very proud for his hard work at making this possible for us. So along with this honor, I give all the credit to Lieutenant Colonel Wiles for the hard work that he put into it for us to achieve this. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, have I missed anything other than the retirements? Anybody left in the room want to stand up? All right, we have 6 retirements to announce effective August 1st. Patsy Lee, who for 31 years worked in the Public Works Operations Division as a senior office associate. Chuck Cowan, who worked 27 years in Parks Recreation in the golf division as a golf shop manager. Gary Preston was 26 years with the fire department as a company commander. Gary Rich, who just mentioned, after 23 years as deputy police chief. Michael Wilson, after 23 years of service as a crew supervisor in Parks and Rec Landscape Division. And Tommy Dubree, after 17 years of service as a senior parks facility maintainer at Parks and Rec. So we want to congratulate them for their years of service and thank them and wish them well in their retirement. Seeing no further awards or recognitions, Mr. DeFebo, do you have any comments?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. There'll be a need for an executive session. Kate will read the reason.
Pursuant to KRS 621-810C for discussions of proposed or pending litigation against or on behalf of the city.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Hill. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. First item is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on July 16th, 2013.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Denning, second by Hill. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. We reserve a spot on our agenda for public comments. If anyone in the audience has a comment that they would like to present to the City Commission that does not deal with any item on tonight's agenda, it's time to step forward now. Seeing none. First item is second reading of ordinance 2013, number 20.
Ordinance relating to budget amendment. Ordinance approving amendment number 4 to the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky annual operating budget for fiscal year 2013.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Hill. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance 2013-21.
Ordinance closing a public right-of-way. Ordinance approving the closing of a portion of Mitspaw Road located at the intersection of Glasgow Road and Mitspaw Road.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-116.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointments of Christopher W. Bates, Christopher J. Britton, Mervyn D. Hochstetler, and Eric T. Smith to the position of firefighter in the fire department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Waltrip. Mr. DeFebo.
We've often said it before how difficult it is to become a fireman in the city of Bowling Green. To give you some idea, 259 people applied for the 4 positions tonight. From that, 215 showed up to take a written test. 137 passed the test. 80 took a fitness test. 41 passed. And from that, we had 14 already certified applicants for a total of 49 eligible. We went through a discernment interview process, and from that process, we're recommending to you these candidates tonight. I believe all of them are here.
All of them are here, so we're going to ask you to stand up so that we can let everybody know who you are. Congratulations. applaud beforehand, but I guess that's a kind of we expect the vote to go your way. So unless there's any discussion, please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Congratulations. And now Municipal Order 2013-117.
Municipal order approving the promotions of Douglas R. Morris Jr. to the position of Company Commander EMT and Joseph S. Harbin to the position of Fire Apparatus Operator EMT in the Fire Department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Denning and second by Hill. Mr. Febo.
As we know well, a retirement or a change in the leadership structure of both the police and fire department creates vacancies that need to be filled through promotion. Tonight we're here to promote two of our firefighters to new leadership roles. Greg Johnson normally puts the names into nomination for your consideration. He could not be here. His able adjunct, Greg Elrod, is here to do it.
Come on up.
Mayor, Commissioner, how are y'all doing tonight?
Great.
Good.
I'm going to read a little bit of this so I don't mess it up. If that's okay with you guys. Due to the retirement of Gary Preston, this will create an opening for a company commander. We'd like to recommend Doug Morris to that position. Doug started the fire department or with the city in 2004, was promoted to FAO in 2009. Doug is one of our paramedics and has been heavily involved in our EMT training program. Doug also has been instrumental in the development and continued growth of our honor guard. We look forward to his success in his new role. Obviously, due to the promotion of Doug Morris, this will create an opening in an FAO position. For this position, we recommend firefighter Joe Harbin. Joe began his career in the city in 2007. Joe was a transplant. He's a graduate of Ohio State University. Firefighter Harbin is very active in training and has taken on many projects and proved himself to be very capable of anything he chooses to do. Joe is also very involved in the honor guard.
I believe you mispronounced it. I think it's called the Ohio State University.
I was afraid that I would mess that up.
I like the way you pronounced it.
And they're here tonight. I know
both those two guys are here with their families if they'd like to stand up with their
have
families.
their family stand up with them so they can all. There they are. I appreciate you bringing your family with you, both of them. The fellows in the blue and the white and the gray out there, your family as well. Congratulations. Any discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Thank you. I know y'all want to slip on out because I'm sure the rest of the meeting is of great interest to you, but we'll let you go. And while Mrs. Ward is getting the, we're going to move item 15 up.
Kevin, you owe her an ice cream. You owe her an ice cream.
If anybody's watching, we'll be moving item 15 up on the agenda. We have a guest with us tonight who's from Louisville. Will be going back tonight, and I think that's of his interest, so we'll try to honor his time as well. So this will be the first reading of Ordinance 2013-25.
Ordinance amending Code of Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 15, Business and General Regulations to add a new subchapter related to regulation of donation drop-off bins.
So moved.
Motion by Hill, second by Wilkerson. Mr. Febo, you want to take it?
Thank you, Mayor. A little while back, we had a show and tell about a desire to create some governance concerning donation drop-off blocks. The mayor and others on the commission have orchestrated the policy you have before here. I would ask Gene Harmon, the architect of the actual policy, to delineate its finer points. Gene?
Just a couple items. Like I said, mainly the first thing we defined, of course, what we meant by donation drop-off bins. These are those that you see around town. There's about 50 or 60 of them, mainly intended for personal items such as clothing, household goods. That's I guess the event that we're trying to regulate with this. The main issues that we put in this, that these are not to be used or allowed in any single-family residential zones. And we did define single family, we didn't define it, but that does, if somebody wants to put one in a multifamily housing unit, I think we won't have a problem with that, but we did say not in single family. I guess the biggest thing here, we did say, and we talked about this in the work session we had, was that we did want these to be attached to the primary structure on the lot, permanently attached. We haven't quite defined exactly what that would mean, but we do want some type of permanent attachment to the building. We may be fairly lenient what that is, but particularly we came up with some issues about aesthetics. We have 50 or 60 of them around town. They seem to be expanding and growing. With safety issues, some are in parking lots, and they're subject to being struck by vehicles. We had some concerns about weather conditions here. We do get high winds here with these being picked up and blown around as well too. As we, I think, laughingly told, I hope this will be a problem. I think in Oklahoma City one time they actually had somebody who got stuck in one. I don't know how we ever regulate that, so we won't touch that issue. But those are the main things we talk about. Of course, making sure the property owners and the people who put these in keep them maintained. Don't let stuff accumulate around them on the outside, because sometimes, I guess if you're successful, sometimes you get more stuff that can go in the box, so stuff will be outside. So we've got some language. You've got to pick stuff up within 24 hours that's outside the bin, and you need to at least empty them on some kind of periodic basis to make sure stuff doesn't accumulate inside. But I think that's the main issues that we're talking about, is making sure they're maintained and getting them, particularly out of the parking lots and subject to being struck and moved by wind, and actually fixing them to the building.
Is there any discussion on the commission? Is there any discussion from the audience? All right. I think our goal again is aesthetics, safety, and making sure that they're maintained. So
and
this
again,
is an attempt for us to try to do that.
Yeah, and this is applicable to all. I mean, there's no exception for anything else. This will be applicable to all these type of donation boxes. All of them will have to be affixed to the permanent structure or the primary structure on that lot.
All right. Any other questions? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Metz. Don't feel free to stick around. I know you got a long drive ahead of you. All right, the next item is Municipal Order 2013-118.
Municipal order approving the reappointment of Betty Creighton to the Barren River Area Agency Council on Aging.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Hill. This is a reappointment. Ms. Creighton has served a couple of terms out there. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-119.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2013-45 for rectangular tables for the Sloan Convention Center from SICO America Incorporated of Edina, Minnesota, in the total amount of $36,279.60.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Denning and second by Hill. Mr. Febo.
Given the welcome turnover of events at the Sloan Convention Center, tables there often wear out after a certain period of time. We recognized this and went out to bid for replacement of tables. Normally, the Convention Center Board is able to meet and discuss this. That wasn't possible, so you're hopefully acting on our recommendation. Michael, your CEO, went out to bid for the tables, and our recommendation is to go with the best and lowest for the tables, which would be Sitco of Minnesota. Michael is here if you'd like a more detailed explanation.
Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-120.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2013-51 for the purchase of vehicles for the police, neighborhood and community services, administration, and fire departments from various vendors in the total amount of $202,709.
$220,000.
Pardon me?
$220,000.
Sorry, $220,709.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Denning and second by Hill. Mr. Febo.
A little while ago, the commission asked staff to revisit the way we make the public aware of different items to bid. We've taken that seriously and re-engineered the process of advertising bids. To wit, we're here tonight to ask you to act on the bids that are the result of that new process. We went out to bid for vehicles. We had 7 different bidders this time. What's interesting is we're recommending 5 different bid companies to be awarded part of that bid. The bid is broken down into 4 medium-sized SUVs. 1 minivan will be used to take us all to Frankfurt, hopefully provide enough space. 1 full-size van for the police department, 1 compact SUV, and 4 unmarked administrative cars for the police department. If there's any question, Kate, who's responsible for purchasing, or Barry could answer any detailed question. I provided you some background information, so hopefully that was sufficient.
Is there any discussion? Thank you very much. Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Since my employer's involved, I'll have to abstain.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-121.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2013-55 for Cisco SmartNet agreement renewal from Cornerstone Information Systems of Bowling Green, Kentucky in the amount of $54,894.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Hill. Mr. Febble.
We're asking you tonight to act on a piece of equipment known as Cisco SmartNet. This is basically a device that controls how people access their applications and route them to the proper destination. Metaphorically, it's similar to a traffic cop taking the right data information. We went out to bid. We had 5 bidders. The lowest bidder was here in Bowling Green. Cornerstone Information System. I believe this is the first time we've used this company in a public bid. Lynn Hartley is here if you have any questions.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-122.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2013-56 for NetApp hardware, software, and services from Endpoint Technology Sales Incorporated of Gardena, California in the total amount of $99,686.40.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Hill. Mr. Febble.
This is a piece of hardware and software. Its primary purpose is to store data, one for the video surveillance system used by our police department. The other is for system-wide storage. We went out to bid. We had 3 responsible bidders. We're recommending to you Endpoint Technology, and their bid was $99,686. Lynn, again, is here if you have any questions.
Any discussion?
One question.
Yes, sir.
Lynn, the DMD, they did not meet our specs or?
That's correct. They bid equipment that, I guess if it had been a standalone initial purchase might work, but we already have NetApp storage in place, and so we needed something compatible with that. This is kind of an add-on. What they bid was totally different equipment that would not allow us to get the same support and would not be compatible with our current system. It would have been a separate system more or less. So.
Any other questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-123.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting a trade agreement for the trade-in and purchase of primary duty handguns for the police department from Smith & Wesson through Bud's Police Supply of Lexington, Kentucky in the net amount of $4,720.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Williams. Mr. Febble.
The primary handgun platform for our police officers is Smith & Wesson MP. It takes work. We have an armorer who has to repair our weapons, and part of the job of preparing weapons is to replace springs. It takes about $50 a weapon to replace the springs. Doug was able to locate Bud Police Supply of Lexington that is interested in trading all of our 118 weapons for brand new MPs for the price of $40 and the old gun. We can get a brand new gun and don't have to go through the process of replacing all the springs and save taxpayers about $1,100. So it's a good deal. I think part of the reason for this is Doug or others can tell you who know about guns is this is a unique gun environment, and so we're benefiting from that. Doug, you want to add anything?
Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yeah.
Wilkerson.
Yes. First reading of ordinance BG 2013-22.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 1.23 acres from OPC Office and Professional Commercial and RM4 Multifamily Residential to OPC Office and Professional Commercial located at 810 4th Avenue East, presently owned by Bowling Green Warren County Community Hospital Corporation, doing business as the Medical Center at Bowling Green.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Denning, second by Williams. Mr. Febo.
Commission, Steve Hunter is here to field any questions you may have about number 11, number 12, and 13, number 11, 12, and 13, if you have any questions for Steve.
Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. First reading of ordinance 2013-23.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 9.079 acres from AG Agriculture to HI Heavy Industrial, located at 194 Bristow Road, presently owned by Ernest and Rebecca Sanford.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Williams. Any discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. First reading of ordinance BG 2013-24.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning 3 tracts of land containing 6.88 acres from LI Light Industrial and HI Heavy Industrial to HI Heavy Industrial, located at 1208 and 1249 Lewis Avenue and 414 and 550 Power Street, presently owned by Steen Concrete Products Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Williams. Anyone have any questions? I have a question for you, Steve, if you'll come up. Steve Hunter, the Planning Commission.
Sure.
Just want to make sure they can store the stuff 25 feet high, but the fence only has to be 8 feet high, right?
Yeah, the binding elements, that's correct. The equipment stored can't exceed 25 feet. And then
The equipment, okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I misunderstood. All right.
equipment stored in the fence. And then storage bins for the collection and recycling should not exceed 12 feet. And then you see right there that the fence was 8 foot.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, you have comments.
Yeah, I wanted to point something out. You know, these zone changes kind of come and go, and and we just kind of pass over them. But this one has a unique circumstance. If you guys have been down on Power Street, Harp and Sons on one side, Shelby Recycling on the others. But I don't know if you guys noticed in the paper, but here recently, Sid Harp passed away. He was just 52 years old. Sid was with Shelby Recycling. You guys have seen 2 zone change requests right on the next block or next door. That was Sid's operation. Again, his dad and brothers are across the street. This application says Steen Concrete, but this was going to be another recycling operation that the Harp family was going to expand into. Don't really know what the plans are now with Sid's passing, but if you guys have met Sid, true definition of a blue-collar guy in our town, come in the office on his lunch hour, talk about his own change. These binding elements are literally penned by him. He used no attorney. His office manager helped, and if you guys read these binding elements, even though there's a few small items, I mean, very specific to groundwater protection, best management practices, how you would want to do recycling operations in a town of our nature. And I appreciate what Sid did. His dad, his brothers, all the Harp family run class operations down there. And again, we don't talk about recycling operations and scrap yards, and we don't talk a lot about what we're doing down on Power Street a lot. But if you guys have been down there, it's very successful operations that really transition the neighborhood to basically a different type of use from old concrete business and warehousing and manufacturing sites that are down there. And again, very sad to see the information on Sid's passing. He seemed awful young to me, way too young to die at an early age of 52. So I was really sad to see that. And again, I just wanted to point that out with this case coming on the docket here, that again, the guy put an awful lot of hard work into what's basically a bunch of paperwork that we see 50 times a year, but it's a big deal to Sid and his family. So I just wanted to point that out. Thank you, guys.
Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Hill?
Yes.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Denny?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-124.
Municipal order authorizing the sale of 2 tracts of surplus property containing approximately 0.12 acre and 0.08 acre located at the intersection of Broadway Avenue, East 12th Avenue, and High Street, and approving a real estate sale and purchase agreement with Brian Clements.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Williams. Mr. Fellow.
Thank you, Mayor. This municipal order has somewhat of a story behind it. A number of years ago, we realigned Broadway curve. In doing so, picked up 2 parcels to allow us to provide the proper right-of-ways for the new curve relocation. Also at that time, we were partnering with DRA to put up an entrance, an archway to the entrance of the downtown that was donated to us. That project never got legs and became a reality. We have more land than we need at the Broadway curve when we bought the property. We went out to an RFP and received no bids at all. We were approached by Brian Clemens if we were interested in selling it. He is proffering $1,000 for 2 very small parts, and you can see the description in there. This is good for the city because we have no public purpose for these irregular lots, and it just creates an ongoing maintenance issue for us. And I don't see much chance of the arch ever being constructed there. So we recommend the acceptance of the offer. And Gene negotiated this. You want to add anything?
I don't think so. It's fine.
Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Hill?
Yes.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Denny?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-125.
Municipal order authorizing the City of Bowling Green to share costs with Warren County for infrastructure development in the Kentucky Transpark and authorizing payment to the Intermodal Transportation Authority Incorporated through fiscal year 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
I think we would all agree that there's a new vitality at the Transpark. The state is going to construct a new interchange there that will help us fulfill the vision of the Transpark, which is to create jobs for this generation and generations to come of people who live in Bowling Green. In preparation of I-65, the state has given the ITA approximately $2,100,000 for land for the interchange. Pursuant to the bond agreement, that money had to be applied to the bonds. As the Commission knows, we in the county have agreed to already make bond payments. At the same time, there's a deep need for infrastructure development at the Transpark so that we can finish lots to create more jobs for the Transpark and for the community. So in collaboration with the Chamber staff, Jeff, myself, and others put together this scenario in which we would allow the ITA to use the $2,100,000, and then we would wrap around our payments, our traditional bond payments, and use that for infrastructure improvements. In the end, it allows the ITA to accept $2 million that they would not have otherwise. It allows us not to change the risk formula for the city or the county. In fact, it allows us to reduce the risk in a shorter amount of time. And probably most importantly, continues all of our goal is to make the Transpart more viable. Meredith Robinson is here if you have any question. And Jeff, do you want to add anything?
Any discussion?
Just commend all the parties for putting this together like this. It sounded very reasonable, and I think it's a win-win-win for everybody.
All right, please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-126.
Municipal order declaring a portion of city-owned property located in Butler County as surplus, approving an agreement of purchase and sale with Owl's Head Alloys Incorporated related to the sale of property, and authorizing execution of all necessary documents related to this sale.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
I'm certainly going to have to tag team with Gene and possibly the mayor. We were approached by Owl's Head Alloy to purchase a part of the Butler County landfill, particularly 67 acres. They have a business that takes and processes aluminum and produce a non-hazardous material, which is called salt slag. It would be very helpful for them to have a place to deposit this to be closer to their current business. And they were interested in the Butler County landfill. One of the issues we had is, and we've been working through, and Gene will have to address it, we cannot directly sell to a business unless there's an economic payoff. You'll see in a letter from Owl's Head that they certify that this will help create additional jobs not only in the city but in Butler County, and help them to be more viable business entity in the city. They are offering us $167,000 for the property, about $2,500 an acre. I'm not an expert at property, but it seems a reasonable thing. Our staff has looked at this and feels that it won't impact our landfill responsibilities, and we think again it's a win for both us and for this private business entity. The city of Morgantown had the right of first refusal on the 67 acres. They were consulted and chose not to exercise their option. So this is an arm's length transaction between you and Owl's Head. Gene, do you want to add anything?
Not a whole lot. This will be, I guess, the first step in this process, because this will not probably be a real rapid closing, because there's going to be lots of steps this company's going to have to go through to get this classified as a landfill to meet their needs. And again, this is about 67 acres. Matt's here to answer technical questions if you got questions, but this is 67 acres of the big 200-acre plot that we're not using as an active landfill. It's just the outlying parts. We have worked with the people we're talking to here. We may need some easements to go through there. They're perfectly willing to do that, because we're also working on some environmental issues there. So we may need at least a little bit of ability to go through this land in the future to get to a land, not landfill here, but a sewer line. Possibly, we're still working on that issue. But again, we thought this was a good deal for everybody. And as Kevin said, by state law, we can sell or give away land for economic development purposes. We've been told this is a local company that will create local jobs here. We are in regional economic development, and we'll create jobs in Butler County. And I think they're hopeful that this goes through. They're able to expand their business even more in the future, with the possibility of even creating more jobs here, maybe in both places, but particularly in Bowling Green. So, and again, Matt's here if you've got any technical questions about the landfill itself.
And Matt's always happy to provide a technical answer to it.
Just to add one more point, the $167,500 would go into the general fund, which is always nice.
Any discussion, comments, or questions? Good job. Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-127.
Municipal order authorizing the mayor to execute a lease agreement with Fisher Bug Events Incorporated to lease Circus Square Park, portions of adjacent streets, and the city-owned parking lot and grass area in adjacent block for the Lost River Music Fest.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Williams. Mr. Febo.
The big picture is we're being asked to lease Circus Square for a public event, for a private event that would be open to the public, but close certain parts of the park and certain streets for public use from September 13th, 15th. Given the nature of this, I asked Bobby Joe, who manages such things for us, to address you and make a small presentation.
Good evening.
Hello.
Bobby Joe with Neighborhood and Community Services. Keith Kaufman is the owner of Lost River Pizza. Probably most of you all know here. He's here with us tonight. And this is an event this is a first-time event, I believe, is particularly in the downtown area. But his request is to utilize all of Circus Square Park. We are going to block off one lane of traffic on College that runs parallel to Circus Square, as well as one lane of traffic on College. And all of this is going to be fenced with temporary construction fencing so that it's all encompassed and it will be a controlled environment. They're also going to utilize a portion that's behind the city-owned property that's behind the Chamber of Commerce that's there on State Street, and they're going to put children's games and things like that there. And I think per their application, they were expecting about 1,500 people at one time during the event, and they have a number of bands and things like that's going to be there. I do know that proceeds are going to benefit Camp Courageous, and that's the purpose of the event. Do you have any questions for myself or Mr. Kaufman?
Questions or comments?
No.
I got to find out what Fisher Bug is, but I'll talk to you later about that one.
My son's name's Fisher. He's 7. His nickname's Fisher Bug.
Gotcha. Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-128.
Municipal order authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into grant agreements for select neighborhood action programs, grants, with various neighborhoods.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Hill. Mr. DeFebo.
Well, we're a community of neighborhoods. That's what gives our special community its vitality. We have a whole neighborhood department designed to assist and foment that vision. We also put our money where our mouth is and provide grants to different neighborhoods for the project. We're here tonight to ask your permission to award 14 groups, a total of $35,817 for their various projects. Given the importance of this, I again asked Karen Foley to come up and to share with us some of the exciting things happening in our neighborhoods.
Good evening, Karen Foley, Neighborhood and Community Services. As Mr. DeFebo said, we do have 14 applicants this year. That's the most that we've had in a number of years. This is the largest number of projects and the largest amount that we've been able to fund at one time, and also in a number of years. We do have at least a couple, 3 folks from some of the representative organizations who are here tonight, so I want to thank them for joining us. In the past, we've awarded neighborhood beautification projects, we've done capital improvement projects, some of those neighborhood entry signs, and we kind of run the whole gamut with this batch of projects this year. We do have one project that will be done in conjunction with a public works project on Walkerhurst. We became aware of a problem there that Public Works needed to correct, and so While we were at it, we sent notices out to the neighbors saying, hey, we're going to have to make some changes to the street, but did you know we have a neighborhood grant program that might be able to help mediate some of the disruption that you might see with the project? And so we're happy to be able to recommend them for funding with this particular group. And I don't know if any of our guests would like to say hello, but they are here if you want to wave. Come forward.
Thank all of you for coming.
And I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Questions or comments? All right. Please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. And Municipal Order 2013-129.
Municipal order authorizing the submission of a grant application to the 2013 Kentucky Urban and Community Forestry Grant Program in the amount of $6,100.
So moved.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Mr. Federer.
The Kentucky Urban and Community Forestry Department in the state is concerned about an impending infestation of emerald ash borers. It's an insect, and they would like the locals, us, to start documenting the trees that could be affected by this, and they are making available their money to help us inventory our ash trees and have made available up to $6,100. We would have to match that, $3,000 in cash and the remaining $3,100 in kind services. I think I know how you think. Why are we spending $3,000 to track bugs? This software, I am told by staff, not only will track these deadly emerald ash borers, but they will also be used to help us inventory all of our trees in the community, so the grant would have some value for other purposes. Jared Weaver, our arborist, is here if you have any technical questions about this ash borer, but I can't answer.
Comments or questions?
No, but I do have another question for him.
You waited till the very end. We're going to ask you something.
Yeah, but you're here, might as well.
Sure.
Are there any other? I've noticed a large number of different types of trees. Big trees been here for a long time that are really having some problems, stressing, dying. Is there? What's the reason for that? Is there a reason? Drought.
Drought is one factor. Trees are kind of like people in the way that there's rarely one single thing that you can put your finger on that caused the decline of a specific tree. But we have been in drought for the last 6-7 years or so, and that over the long term that accumulates and culminates in the decline of a tree. It attracts insects and other things when a tree is stressed out from drought, so it's one of many factors.
It just seems like maybe just noticing more of them. It seems like a
when big trees come down, it's very noticeable,
yeah.
Unfortunately.
And if you don't mind, for those people that weren't able to join us for Arbor Day, explain what you're already doing, for example, at Kariakas Park to get ready for these beetles.
Emerald ash borer is an invasive insect. It differs from native insects that it will attack every ash tree that we have in our landscape. Native insects will attack only unhealthy trees that are already in decline, so they're not really a problem. So what we're doing is trying to get a handle on where all of our ash trees are in our parks and replant with other species that are going to not be affected by this insect, so our urban forest stays overall very healthy with a diversity of species.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jared. All right, please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. And that's the end of our regular session, but we'll be going in closed session in about 5 minutes. Thank you for tuning in.